Hey, welcome back to Red Shoes Diary. I hope this finds you fat and sassy this day, and wherever you at, hopefully it's warm and breezy and cool. A little hot and muggy here. I guess they're saying that a little rain coming in. I didn't think it's coming in to Sunday, but apparently we get it tomorrow. From late this evening to tomorrow evening, I guess. And then we get some Monday, so I guess everything will be all right. Good Lord's got it figured out. Back up here on the ridge, I'm just in a different location. I'm further up than normally. Ponds, it's down below me down there. And I'm up here doing a few odds and ends, checking around, walking, and checking on some fence rows, fences. I don't know if you call them fence rows, fences, whatever, but just more to get my exercise than anything. I think I'm a little bit on the wet side from soaking. But that's okay, it'll be all right, I'll try. I hope that this past weekend was Memorial Day weekend. And lots of times people think of vet and stuff, but a vet will tell you that that's not their day. Veterans Day, which I believe is in November, is their day. Memorial Day is the day that you remember the men and women who gave all. There are graveyards here and across the world, all over the place, where Americans have given their all and didn't even get to come back home. Didn't make it back, but I'm told there's different nations, countries that they buried the American soldiers there, and there's families who still put graves on it in memory of them. You know, it's funny. We live in one of the most incredible countries. Period. It is probably one of the best it's ever been. But they're slowly destroying it from the inside out. You know, the Bible speaks about that, and one of Abraham Lincoln's speeches speaks about that. That's how they would destroy America. And if you watch what's going on in the news, you see a lot of these people who's getting voted in that they believe that the average working person should take care of everybody else, that nobody should work, or everything should be equal. Well, you know, I grew up in a time if you didn't work, guess what? You didn't eat. That's simple as it is. You know, the Bible speaks about a man who won't provide for his family is worse than an infidel. But it's sad that we come to that. But they yell about get rid of these people, you know, the soldiers, ICE, the cops, anybody who's for law and order, who's trying to keep law and order so that the average American person can enjoy their life. They have to worry about being carjacked, mugged, raped, killed over something stupid. And, you know, you've got chaos all over the place because of it. Bible and he speaks about the peacekeepers, that they would be sons of God. And that their job is to be a peacekeeper, to try to live in peace with everybody if possible. And you and I know yourself, there's just some people can't live in peace with. You know, if you learn to avoid them, you learn to stay away from them. And it's sad it has to be that way. But it's much better than being in the middle of a fight and arguing all the time. It ain't worth it. And then you got people who believe that, you know, that their opinion is the only opinion and nobody else's bloody matters. And that's just the selfishness in them. And if you believe in Jesus, Lord help, and a white person, a Christian male especially, yours what's wrong with the whole bloody world. I never figured out, living up here in this old holler, that's what I'm one to destroy the whole world, I reckon. Oh, well, they can believe what they want. I know the good Lord's got it figured out. But back to Memorial Day, it's for those who didn't make it home. I've been blessed with some friends and family and loved ones who were in places that, as the old saying goes, angels fear to tread, didn't want to be a part of. And a lot of the people that walked beside of them through those times did not make it home. And that's what Memorial Day is for, to remember them that gave that sacrifice, who was those that gave us this freedom. You know, you got all these people yelling, freedom, freedom, freedom. Get rid of the cops, get rid of the soldiers, get rid of this, get rid of that. Well, if it wasn't for those people, you wouldn't have the freedoms you got now. I'm thinking if you was dropped off in a lot of those places and made to live there a few weeks or a month or so, a lot of you would probably be really ready to come home back to America, I believe. But I saw something. There's a Stonewall Jackson, and he was a let's see, what was it? Major General, Civil War. But he had a saying that they, said it. He's once said it, and I thought about this, especially since Memorial Day, people give off. But this is what he said. He said, "My religious beliefs to feel safe in battle as I am in bed. God hath fixed the time for my death. I do not concern myself about that, but to be always ready, no matter when it might overtake me." So he wasn't afraid. If he died in battle, he was good with that. If he died in his bed, he was good with that. Now, that's a heck of a testimony. Now, Arnie he got shot by friendly fire. One of his own people at Pickett apparently didn't see it, didn't know who he was, didn't say, I don't know, but they shot him in the arm. They had to remove his arm. Then he died 8 days later of pneumonia. But you got to see the irony in that. But still, those that gave out, I pray that they had that mindset that he did, that he was okay. And if in your world, whether it's in peace or chaos, or you're fighting battles, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, I hope that stays with you. That you're ready, whether if it's some kind of disease or something's come up on you, you're okay with it. Or if the good Lord let you live to 110 years old and you go to bed one night and you wake up in heaven the next day, I hope you're all right with that. I know I'm blessed for that. I have definitely more than once been at the gates. As I've always said, high five St. Pete at the pearly gates. Like I told my sister once, I said, I don't mind dying. I had a stent that was blocked up, and the calf team hadn't come in yet, and there wasn't nothing else they could do with the calf team. Had to get opened up, or, like I told my sister, I said, I don't mind dying. I said, I'm okay. I'm at peace with it. I'm saved. I'm good. But I said, I'll tell you what, the pain of getting there, I ain't too keen on that. This is hurting. That's the first time I'd actually cried tears over physical pain in 30 years. But that's another day and time. But anyway, folks, I always remember those who gave all, please. Remember the ones that made it back home, and let them know you think about them. Thank them for their service. I am blessed to call quite a few people who went and heed their country's call, and I do love them. I'm thankful for them. Because I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk to you right now if it wasn't for those people. So as always, please, if you see one, just thank you for yourself or her, because they are both males and females. So I don't want nobody to take offense. I don't mean it that way. And remember your own self to be right, prayed up. So no matter whether you're in the middle of a battle or you're in the bed, you're all right with the good Lord, Stonewall would say. As always, hope you have a great week. I guess we got rain coming in tomorrow and the next few days again. And they've given flood watch, I guess, from to this evening till tomorrow evening, I reckon. I had some plans to do a few chores tomorrow, but guess what? It's raining. I ain't planning to worry about none of that then. As always, folks, may the good Lord take a liking to you, not too soon. And Austin, thank you for your service.